Deport the for one deluded fat scum-sucking.
Yeah, few is a bleep, bleep, bleep.
And what's the PC stand for?
Political correctness. I said it and I stand by it.
This is Alan. He's a troll. On Facebook, he's left behind many hateful, racist and harmful comments directed at politicians and political activists such as pro-EU businesswoman Gina Miller.
There's been a lot of discussion about the impact of abuse and partisan politics online. But how did this all start for Alan?
It's just literally because of Brexit. I figured there's no point you sitting back being passive.
A combination of Alan's past, feeling very upset and invested, and everything he's seeing on social media has got him increasingly fired up.
People disenfranchised are people like myself, white single fathers. If you want disenfranchised in the world, I get nothing from nobody. If everybody else is seemingly can get what they like. And it angered me to a point where I thought, I'm going to just stand up and say something.
And Alan's not the only one. Other people went even further than him.
No one cares about you, Gina Miller. If you got hit by the bus today and died a truly painful death, then 17.4 million people would celebrate.
We spoke to Facebook, who told us they have removed these posts and that they take the harassment of public figures very seriously.
In the beginning, I thought it was just words, just on social media, but I was out with my daughter recently, standing outside to cross the road to my car, and this car stopped, window rolled down, and they were shouting, black you should be hung, killed traitor, dying is too good for you. And I'm standing there holding my daughter's hand.
With threats online spilling over into real life, Gina has to have security 24/7 for her and her family. Alan's never attacked her in real life, but he has online. So I wondered what would happen if Gina met her troll.
Hello. Hi, Alan.
Hello.
This is Gina.
Hello, how are you? How are you? Hello.
Good.
Why have you agreed to meet Gina today?
Because the conversations that we had yesterday, and from what you're saying, I didn't want to leave another bit of hate around in the world. If I could do something to clear that up, then I'll talk to anybody to clear that up.
What I find really frustrating is people think they know me because of what's in the media and what's in the papers, and I often read it and think, who is this woman?
Gina and Alan got talking and realised they had much more in common than they thought they would, including sons of the same age.
I'm a single father.
Okay, how long have you been a single dad?
Since he was 4.
Oh, so a long time. The thing is, I've had a very varied life. I'm a pretty strong person. I've lived in a car for 3 weeks or so.
Sleeping in the car, did that for 2 years. They will house me. Yeah, so I like exactly how that feels to be sleeping in front of a car. I get that, yeah.
So one of the comments that you posted, which was aimed at Gina, said, "Deport the for sake."
No, yeah, I was angry, absolutely. Yeah,
no,
I ain't got right
how do
behind
you feel
that.
about that
Terrible,
now?
absolutely. Never met you and heard where you're at. It's a wrong thing for me. But I never knew it at the time. It was just angering. Look, who do these people think they are? You're all rich and you're all elite. What do you know about my life?
I wish we started conversations differently in this country.
I do, yeah,
It all sort of got out of control.
Yeah, I agree.
Once he's met Gina, Alan realises that she's a real person with kids and a life just like him. And real people aren't two-dimensional.
I think the interesting thing, particularly if we think about political case studies as an example, is that obviously views can be very polarised. And often on social media, you can actually quite clearly display what your affiliation might be. And so what probably has happened through that journey is that they've realised, okay, we're not part of the same in-group, but actually we have many other commonalities.
It's the sort of conversation that would never happen online because social media is more than often so polarising.
I've noticed that a lot of the anger I was getting before was sort of about Brexit, but now Brexit is over. It's now changed. It's now about me being an immigrant woman of colour, looking like an ape. The things I actually get told worse things now than I was before.
I don't agree with what's going on with yourself. I never sat and spoke to you. Absolutely not fair, and it's well out of order.
Since we started talking to Alan, he's changed his tune. He seems to have a much greater understanding of the impact of his remarks and the dangers of social media, which have aggravated his behaviour.
Messages are all out there, but it's given a medium dedicated to hatred, really. And also people think that that's normal.
Not everybody can get on the TV and talk to somebody like yourself. But this is...
Believe me, there's not quite a lot of people on my side who wouldn't be sitting here talking to you either.
No, I can imagine that, but these debates I think are important because
I think they
we
are.
come from different slants of the way we're looking at stuff.
I understand, and I want to say sorry to you because, no, I want to say sorry because you felt so angry. And I just feel it's awful that there's so many hundreds of thousands of people who feel like you. I really hope you can become a messenger for all of us to get back together, because I really am worried about your son and my son.
Yeah, that's well, that's all
I
think
don't
about,
want
so
them to be in a
all I
country
think
that's full
about.
of hate.